My wife and I are still sort of newlyweds, being as though we've only been married for 3 years. Yeah, that's kind of new. But for the entire 3 years, I've talked to her over and over about the importance and also the expectation that we tell each other where we are going when we leave the house or whenever we are not going to be at home. She has always been a very feisty woman, and whenever I challenge her about this, it turns into a heated argument, so I back down. I feel as though married people who share the same residence should absolutely tell each other where they are going when they leave the house. I'm not trying to clock my wife, and I have no trust issues. It's not about any of those things. It is about respect, in my opinion. I always let her know where I'm going when I leave the house, and if I'm going to be gone when she gets back home, I still let her know. I expect the same in return, but she won't do it, talking about I'm not her daddy, and she is grown and is always home by a respectful time whenever she goes anywhere. I still have a problem with it, though. What is y'all's opinion on married people letting each other know where they are going when they leave the house? I am getting more and more irritated with her. I already know how you think about it, so I can't wait to hear your answer.
I think, like, for one, marriage is an individual sport. Always remember that. Marriage is an individual sport, right? So I will say this. I don't think that you should lose your individuality when you get married. In other words, you still a man, she's still a woman. Like when I first met you, what did I tell you? Still go out with your friends, still have your Friday night turn-ups, whatever. Just turn up and know that you got to do. But you still go and do and be like what you go and do and be. And so you don't lose yourself, because that way you won't smother your mate, so to speak. You give them their independence and freedom, because you need that. You're still an individual. You're still a person. So I don't know that they should be able to have to check in every single where they go and this and that. Sometimes you say you're going somewhere and you end up somewhere else after that. Like, you may not stop there and stay there. And so what the hell? Well, okay, now guess what? I left there at 7:20. Now, damn it, I'm getting ready to go around the corner. I call you back. Man, damn it.
Well, that's excessive to me.
Well, I think the whole thing's excessive. We're grown-ups. And so I think that you should be adults and treat each other like adults. And that's childish to me, just personally. So what you say?
This is a subject that we've always disagreed on. I agree with this man who wrote the letter. I think that when you share residence, I think that as a wife, I should tell my husband where I'm going. If something happens and the police call him and be like, well, where'd she go? I don't know. She ain't tell me. I don't think that that's cool. I think that your wife or your husband should know where you are. Period.
Yeah,
I think that when you're leaving the house, if your husband is not there, you should text him or something and say, hey, I won't be here when you get back. I'm going over Aunt Susie's house.
I get all of that. That's
just respectful to me. And that's not giving up your individuality. It's just being respectful in a marriage, in my opinion. You're supposed to let your other person know where you are.
Right, but what I'm saying is not a full report. Like I said, you may be going to Aunt Susie's, right? But then you might leave Aunt Susie's in another hour and a half and go around Jeff's house or go over to Mike's house. And then you might leave there because Mike and them just chilling for a minute, and then you're going to go over to... And so that's all I'm saying is, how much reporting do you have to do?
Like, I don't think that you should be excessive and have to report your every move. But I think that if I say I'm going to Aunt Susie's house, and then in about 2 to 3, 4 hours, if I decide to go somewhere else, I think that it's my responsibility to call my husband or text him and say, hey, I'm not still at Aunt Susie's house. I went over so-and-so, and I'm going to be later than I thought. I think that's respectful.
What you say, Ingrid?
Yeah, I agree with her.
Okay, what you say, Tyra? Okay, Gil, let me hear from a guy. What you say, Gil?
I agree with her.
Okay, I'm in trouble. Okay. I don't want you to hear from nobody else. That's it.
Listen, that's just, to me, that's just, that comes along with being married and understanding that. Like, and that's just how I feel about that. So, sir, I agree that you should be irritated with your wife.
Wait, baby. My Philly homeboy got something to say. What'd you say, partner?
I just feel like, who is Jeff and Mike?
What?
Hold on. We know Aunt Susie. I know Aunt Susie.
Okay.
Right.
Aunt Susie. Aunt Susie cool. But who was Jeff and Mike?
So again, that's a valid
question.
question.
That's gonna come up.
That's a valid question. Like, if I've never heard of Jeff and Mike, or my husband never heard of Jeff and Mike, that's a problem too.
That's all I'm saying.
That's a
Yeah.
problem. You
She
should.
heard of him though.
You
She
shouldn't
know who the
be-
hell
you
Jeff
shouldn't
Mike
be-
is. Jeff the goddamn my old GJ. She know in my Southside crew. She know who it is. But long story short, I do get you guys' point. And so you should show some respect to your marriage. I'm not saying you should just be disrespectful and just be all over the place. I'm not saying that. I'm just also saying that you shouldn't have to have a dog tag on. That's all.
No, not a dog tag, but again, and this is healthy dialogue. We agree to disagree. Like we've always kind of butted heads on that because you're more of a
keep it moving though, because we gonna lose
Oh,
time.
said we got 2 minutes. You just wanted to be over now because
Oh,
you
I
in the
thought we-
hot seat.
I thought we was trying to save time.
He said no. He
Oh,
said
okay,
no.
well,
He said
shit.
we had 2 minutes, and I'm just saying that is the proper protocol in a marriage. And
Well, my author friend said he ain't doing that. He said he ain't got time
you
for
said
it.
that.
No, ma'am.
Oh, like-
Okay. Everybody agrees that that's the way it's supposed to go. So, sir, that you wrote the letter, I agree that you should be irritated with your wife. I don't like
So
that
what's
she...
the solution? What should he do?
He should put his foot down and say, listen, I expect you not to just check in every 5 minutes if you stop at Target and go get Starbucks and all of that. Nobody cares about all of that stuff. But when you're leaving the house, it's respectful to tell your significant other or your spouse where you're going. And if if they're not home, text them.
Okay.
Let them know.
All right, well, that's fair.
All right.
What y'all think? That's fair, IG? That's fair, Facebook?
That's fair.
That's fair, y'all? All right,
Yeah,
cool.
that's the way it should be.
That's fair.
All right. Well, if you all have a question for us, please send us an email, info@spotlightoverthecity.com, and we will be